What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? I got the bootleg stream today. You already know it's going to be a little bit different for a few days, and then I'm going to get back to my normal backdrop of the beautiful picture with the ocean and the black square that nobody realizes what it is. It's supposed to be soundproofing, but today I just want to wish everybody a happy Juneteenth, and then I also want to talk about just my day today. I don't have that much, and then I'll answer some questions, but I got to say happy Juneteenth because, this is a holiday since they freed slaves during slavery. They've never really talked about it my entire life and made it a federal holiday. And apparently it took them till after a lockdown where they took away gyms, closed black businesses, closed all businesses, shut down travel, determined what you can and can't do, pretty much micromanaged your life like a 1984 horror movie or the sci-fi thriller Black Mirror, where they just take over society. It took until that in order for them to push this holiday. So that's how you know they really care about your freedom, is they didn't push a holiday celebrating freedom against slavery until they literally brought back, Orwellian draconian rules that take away people's freedom. That's how you know they care. And it's funny to me because Republicans are always playing 20 steps behind. You have Rand Paul, Ronna McDaniel. They're all like celebrating it, trying to be trendy and trying to get some votes or whatever. But, I just think it's so obvious to me what they're doing. And I'm going to read my tweet today. I didn't post it on Facebook because I wasn't trying to get in trouble. I was having a peaceful day. Sometimes your peace of mind's better than clicks and retweets. I don't really need any more attention, but this went super viral on Twitter. I said, they distract you with slavery of the past, so no one is back against the slavery that they're ushering in the present, which I probably could have got viral on Facebook too, but I just don't feel like getting the negative attention today. So we'll talk about Juneteenth a little bit. I've already spoken about it. And then I just want to say, someone said, Kevin, what's up, Kevin? What's up, Cynthia? We got Julie, Larissa. Someone said they had a long weekend. I also just want to say I had a great day today. I got my U.S. Open situational on. You can't see on Facebook, but I heard I dress like a bum. So, I got the nice slick golf thing. So I look like a real golfer now. But I was out supporting my man Bryson DeChambeau today. He did very well. He's in the top 4 now. And I'm going tomorrow to the final round. I'm pretty excited. It was an exciting day. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting day. I'm having a blast. And how are you guys doing? I'm not going to talk for too long. I mean, I'm going to talk. Don't get me wrong. But I want to see what you guys are up to, and I'll feed off of that. So what's up, Cameron? Let's see. K. Clement said choppy stream. I'm sorry. If it's choppy, it's choppy. You're just going to have to deal with it until I go back. Someone said, the hat. What's happening, brother? What's happening? Okay, I play on words. Someone said, Grandma from California. What's up, California? Yeah, so I don't watch that much TV, but when I'm traveling, all they have is TV. So I like to watch it. I like sports. I'm a sporty guy. But I do like to watch television, even just like analytically. I'm trying to enjoy it, but the commercials are so propaganda. It's such propaganda that if I were to do a parody video of commercials being propaganda, it's crazier than what I would have thought of 3 years ago. Like, I don't even have a sick enough mind to do what they're actually literally doing on television. Like, every commercial is just straight propaganda. There was one today where they were talking about a guy who was immunocompromised and his, like, I don't know, COVID or whatever. They had a virtual, he had these pads all over his body, and they were trying to push for, he shouldn't even hug anybody. He shouldn't hug his family. And he's sitting in a Zoom call, and he hugs like his little padding. It's like a little nanobot padding of some sort. And then the girl hugs their padding, and he's like, oh my God, that feels so good. So they're trying to replace your family with virtual hugs. And they're bringing up a new holiday. It's like, how obvious could it get? I think both parties are corrupt. I think both parties are lying. Unpopular opinion on my channel. I think Trump played his own base and kind of ushered in this new era of communist slavery and just played a little dance. But I know people don't want to hear that. So I'm not someone who just shills for one party. I think the Republicans are pretty fake. The people are good, the voters are good, but the people in office, no bueno. But with that being said, when you watch a Juneteenth commercial, there's all this Juneteenth stuff today. They're like, Juneteenth, celebration of freedom, but we still, sorry, I didn't mean to scream into the camera, but we still have a long, long way to go. It's not over. It's not over. So it's like they're not celebrating freedom. They're saying, we're celebrating the freedom of slavery, against slavery, but we still have a lot of equity and healthcare, and they're spouting off all these left-wing talking points that are like these Marxist BLM, using their symbols, using their rhetoric, using their politics, and trying to act like we're just trying to unite and celebrate freedom, except we have a long way to go. But here's the deceptive thing, because now you have Ronna McDaniel, even Rand Paul, they're all playing into this holiday. And I'm not saying you can't celebrate it. It's a great thing, but the right's always like playing catch up to the left, and the left is so witty. To Black America, I know they probably don't want to hear from me. I'm at a golf tournament. I can't think of a whiter thing. You could be Tiger Woods is Black. There's Black people here celebrating. It's not a racial thing, but I'm just saying people are like, oh, Anomaly's going to talk about Juneteenth and Black America at a golf tournament. I just think it's funny. I thought that was a joke to make. Most people will laugh. Some people will get offended. But listen, we're going back to Chappelle Show era. It's funny. In general, if you're Black and you own a business, who's taxing you more? I own a business. I'm not Black, but I pay the same taxes. It's California. It's New York. It's the Democrat cities and states that are taxing you more. Where is gas most expensive in America? In Democrat states, in California. Who locks down more? If you're trying to run a bar or a restaurant, or you're an entrepreneur, who's locking you down more? It's the Democrats. So they sell. This is the psyop that they're doing. They wait 200 or so years. I don't know how long. They wait over 100 years at least to make it a federal holiday. Like they couldn't make it a federal holiday in 1950, 1960, 1970. If it was so important to make a federal holiday at Juneteenth, why didn't they do it until 2021? It's because they don't care about Black people. They don't care about white people. They don't care about Americans. And they certainly don't care about freedom. They're using it as a psyop to take away our freedoms. It's both parties are fraudulent, but it's the left wing that are becoming the new slave masters. They're saying, you used to have, as a Black man, you used to have the freedom to run your business. We ended segregation. We ended this. You have the freedom to run your business. But now it's the Democrat, the Republicans too, but mostly the Democrats who come in and say, I don't think you should open past 10 o'clock. I don't think you should stand next to each other. I don't think you should have full capacity. I don't think you should do that. And whose pocket does that hurt? Not the politicians, not the Democrats, not Cuomo, not Newsom. Cuomo's writing a book, even though he sucks. It's Black businesses and Black people and taxpayers. That's the people who have to pay. So it's like they're bringing back this holiday to celebrate the freedom from slavery because they're ushering in new control systems. And it's the same people doing the most controlling and the most enslaving that are the ones that want to scream the loudest about this old holiday. That's why they're doing it. If I really thought that they cared, they would have made it a federal holiday a year after they freed the slaves. But they waited 100, 200 years to make it a federal holiday because they don't give a crap. If you think Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer care about freeing the slaves, it's like, come on, guys. They're on their knees in African garbs. It's like they show up to the barbecue wearing like red and green, like they're out of an African safari. Like they're just pandering. Okay, they don't care that much. And I see it all over the television. It's leading people to the left wing, and the left wing is the one taking away the freedom. So you're celebrating a holiday that's pro-freedom, that's celebrating freedom, as you're following like a Pied Piper, the political party that's literally taking away more freedom, that steals more of your money, that raised more of the gas prices, that rent is out of control in the cities because they don't have good rules. And it's just so obvious. But I'm curious how many people actually buy into like the TV advertisements and how many people aren't. I can't tell because I'm kind of disconnected from what everybody else is thinking, but it could not be more obvious that they don't care. And then I see left and right, everybody's arguing about it. It's great to celebrate, but the way they're celebrating it is inorganic. It's inauthentic. It would be like celebrating Independence Day. If Independence Day is Independence Day, that's cool. But if they waited 250 years, no one cared about Independence Day, and then they bring it back and say, we're going to celebrate the independence of freedom of this country. However, also the imperialists and the terrorists and, the white supremacists who took over America from London, that's bad. I would say the same thing, even if the races were reversed or it was, it's like they're bringing up something that they haven't talked about in hundreds of years and they never took that seriously. And now they're plastering it all over because the people who are plastering it all over are the same ones that are taking away our freedom. And, I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm going to go into my day today and then I'm going to answer some questions. But I hope people are waking up because it's nuts how much they're pushing it, and it's just so obvious. And I see both sides fall for it every time, every little trap. It's like people are so easy to fool, and that's why they fool you. So it's like you can't even get mad at the powers that be. They're just playing to their audience. If you want the Kardashians, they give you the Kardashians. So people love to be fooled, and not everybody's a leader. So when you're not a leader, you follow somebody. And a lot of people are obsessed with following the wrong crowd, the wrong corporations, the wrong message, the wrong propaganda. And if you want to follow the wrong propaganda, you're going to walk down a path that's going to remove your freedoms. My ancestors, your ancestors, your ancestors' ancestors. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're from Africa. I don't care if your ancestors were, born in America or at least taken to America. Our ancestors at one point or another either fought for our freedom that we had over the last 40 years or came to this country from another country for the freedom and for the economy. So many people come from Africa, Italy, all over the world for the economy. And even people, if they come from enslaved ancestors, at one point their ancestors fought and worked hard for freedom and took that opportunity to make something of themselves to give you the opportunity that you have right now in this country. So it doesn't matter where you came from. Your ancestors did something to put you in the position you are now, and we should all be grateful. And we're losing our freedom. If you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Hispanic, if you're mixed, we are losing freedom in this country. We are losing freedom because people want to choose the left and choose the right and believe the TV and believe Trump and hate Trump and love and just fight. And both parties are just sucking away our freedoms. The right sucks away our freedom slowly. Every now and then they give us our freedom back, and it's pretty dope. And every now and then the left gives you your freedom back. It's not as often, but the left is the culprit of stealing the most freedom and sucking the most freedom away. And that's just, there's no easier, more common sense way to put it. I mean, when you have access to a gym in Texas and Florida, especially conservative areas, or even conservative areas in California, really just where the Republicans are, you have way more freedom. That's why so many people are leaving New York and California and moving to Florida and Texas. It's cheaper because of the politics, and it's also just more free. So, and it's cleaner because liberals haven't destroyed it yet in certain areas. But they're taking away our freedoms, and there's no commercial about taking away our freedoms because the corporations are complicit. And all these commercials, who's funding the commercials? You're watching the NBA, you're watching the PGA Tour, you're watching the Olympics. It's like 20 corporations are running all these propaganda ads. Everything's propaganda because I don't have enough money to pay to be on NBC, but somebody with billions of dollars, $1 billion corporation, they have the money. So they're the ones running the ad. They don't give a crap about you. They're playing into racial activism, and they're the ones taking away your freedom. So you're not going to see anything about it on the TV. You're not going to see, because they're all being funded by the people who are taking it away. It's not just the government, but it's the corporations who work hand in hand with them. When you go Facebook, Google, YouTube, all of the major broadcasting corporations, big pharma, they're all working in unison. That's why you can't see the truth anywhere, because the government shuts you down, and then Facebook says you can't protest it. Is that not a loss of freedom? You're being locked in your house like a prisoner or a slave, being told what you can and can't do. You can't even go to a grocery store without this on. You can't go to a gym. You can't go to your job. You can't open your restaurant. And Facebook is telling you that it's now a crime against Facebook, or whatever they call it, violation. During the lockdown, they said it was illegal on their platform, or you were going to get a banned offense if you protested the lockdown. They're saying you're now a prisoner of the state. You're now a prisoner of corporations. You're now a prisoner of your area. And if you disagree with your new status of prisoner, COVID prisoner, you can't, because we run social networks, and you're not allowed to go to a concert and talk about it. You're not allowed to really see your family and talk about it. All you can do is hop on Facebook and YouTube, and we own those, and you can't say it, and we won't let you say it. And if you're a doctor, we won't let you say it either. We'll say you have to believe Fauci, but when he's wrong, we'll say he's allowed to be wrong because science shifts. But when he isn't, but then we'll say science settles, and then we'll say you're not a doctor. But then when 10,000 doctors disagree with us, we'll ban all those doctors. That's what they're doing. What I'm saying, you're never going to hear, because this is the freedom they're taking away today. So I don't even want to celebrate 4th of July. People think it's a racial thing. Oh, you don't care about Juneteenth because you're not black, or you don't care about Black Lives Matter. No, I don't even want to celebrate the 4th of July. I mean, I'll have a beer and eat some crappy food just because I like a good time. I'll go to a Juneteenth party. You have a party. I don't care what it is. I'll make up a holiday. Ooh, it's Brewers Day. We like the Milwaukee Brewers. Whatever. I'm there. But I don't even care about celebrating Independence Day because we're not even free. Why would I celebrate a holiday that doesn't even apply to us? Last 4th of July, they shut down beaches. Guys, you think this wasn't a flex from the government? Oh, it's 4th of July. Let's shut down a beach. What says you're more of a slave than taking away public land in your state that, by the way, scientifically is the best place to be? In the sun is the best place to be. Do people not realize that at first they told you not to go to a park, not to go to a beach, not to go outside, and then they told you not to go inside. You have to go outside. So all these deaths happened in the first 2 weeks. Maybe they had something to do with it because they're playing slave master. Oh, let's shut the country down and print trillions of dollars. Okay, maybe we screwed up. Oh, well, I'm a free man, or I want to be. So this is what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Independence Day. I don't want to talk about Juneteenth. I don't want to talk about MLK Day. I don't want to talk about any day. I don't care. I'll not talk about Christmas. I want to talk about Jesus, but as far as presents and stuff, I'll skip out on presents one year for myself. I'll give up, my own favorite holiday just to have this conversation with people that we're being played and we're being duped. And no one's having this conversation. Even Rand Paul is tweeting like generic stuff, and Ronna McDaniel. The Republicans are so dumb. So dumb. But it's okay. That's my take. Someone said, you're soft as a believer in Christ. That's fine. Call me soft. Raise your cross higher than me. You be the change that you want to see in the world. Okay. Be a better Christian than me. That's my challenge to you. I'm sure you are. You sound great. And I'm not being sarcastic. I don't claim to be the greatest Christian in the world. I don't think that's my title. I have a lot to learn, a lot to do. But anyway, I want to talk about my day today, and then I'll just read some comments and stuff. So I told people a little bit, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't get into my personal life too much, but the reason I'm here, people wonder why I'm at the US Open. It's a golf tournament. It's one of the biggest golf tournaments in the world. I got invited by Bryson DeChambeau, professional golfer, hits it further than anyone in the world. He's now top 4. I've got to go the whole week. I had a week pass, got to hang out with him on practice day, and it's been really cool. He had a huge comeback today, and he's now in top 4. I think he's in the top 4 golfers. So tomorrow's the final round. He's in good position to win it back to back. He won it last year. So, I mean, what an epic way to go to my first golf tournament. I like all sports. I'm a sports fanatic. I'll watch anything really. And I've never been to a golf tournament. I love it. It's really good exercise. Everybody's fit. Everybody's fit at a golf tournament. You know why? I was joking with this girl who came up to me and said hi. She was like, Anomaly, I like your videos. And I was like, you know what? Everyone's fit here. I was like, it's because they make you walk so much. Every other sport, you're just sitting there eating popcorn. At golf, you got to walk. I'm walking all 18 holes. I probably walked freaking 6 miles today. I was like, I love going to golf tournaments because I just don't sit there and get fatter. I'm getting more fit. Of course, I'm eating and drinking too, but I'm like, this is fun. I get to exercise while they exercise. It's like you exercise with the players. I'm like, what a good sport. But yeah, I got to see Bryson make a comeback. Hopefully he wins tomorrow. That would be epic beyond belief. And I'm rooting for him. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty pumped to be here, and it was very nice of him to invite me. And yeah, I'm having a great time. It's been great exercise, outdoors, great views, exciting, and definitely a miniature break. I'm still doing videos, but I'm not editing. My thumb is still broken. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Let me see if you can see it this way. Well, it doesn't even look that bad, but it is still swollen. I took my thing off, but yes, it's been a nice break anyway. But especially with my thumb, I can't really lift weights and do so much stuff for a couple months. It's been pretty crappy, but this has been exciting. Someone said Bryson is good. He's killing it, and he had such a good day today. I was at every 18 hole. Like I said, if you watch the PGA Tour, look for me in the background, and if anybody could get a picture, send it to me on Instagram. Like if I'm on television, I just think that would be a cool thing. And I want to say too, Bryson's a good guy. I asked him to sign a golf ball for my father for Father's Day, and he signed his glove too. So he gave me his glove, his golf ball. I overnighted it to my father for Father's Day, and I feel like I'm a good son now. It was a very good gift, and he was pumped. We have a running joke in my family because one year I got my dad a citronella candle which is just a cheap candle from CVS. I mean, I was younger. I was like 19. I didn't know how to get gifts and stuff. But he always used to say that gift sucked. And now that I got him the signature, you know, ball and glove, he's like, finally, you gave me a good gift. He's like, you made up for it 10 years ago when you gave me that stupid candle. Someone said my pinky looks effed up. Now, my pinky's fine. I just have ugly hands. I mean, some people think I have nice hands, but I have big hands. I look like salad fingers. I got big hands, and I don't know. They get gangly sometimes. So my pinky's fine. It just don't look at my hands now. You're gonna say all my hands look stupid, but you get it. Someone said, when did you become a follower of Christ? Last I knew you had Buddha statues. I have a Jesus on my refrigerator, but I still have my Buddha statue. I like my Buddha statue. I don't pray to Buddha. Buddha's not my God. Jesus is my God, but I like a good Buddha. Listen, I love Taoism, and Taoism really inspired me. It's not my religion, but the mindset of Taoism is beautiful, and it really helped me become more present. So I have a really cool Buddha quote. It says, your own worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. And I love that. I put it next to the door. So your own worst enemy can't harm you as much as your own thoughts. That's deep. How are you gonna hate on Buddha? He's fat. It's fatophobic to hate on Buddha, but I don't pray to Buddha. I don't have crystals all over my house, but I got a Buddha statue. I got Jesus. I got my little Jesus stickers. Someone said Buddha isn't a god to begin with. Yeah, I'm not saying it was, but someone said, how do you believe in Jesus? You have Buddha statues. I have a little Buddha thing, and he holds a little leaf. So in my kitchen, he holds my avocados and stuff. It's pretty tight. Someone said racism didn't exist 10 years ago. The children of the lie brought it back. Well, yeah, I mean, that word is overused, but yeah, no, I think 10 years ago it was way better. The people who act, this is a thing in politics, the people who act like they're helping the most are usually screwing you over. So it's like, they shine something and you follow them, and then they stab you in the back. So the people fighting racism the most are destroying our country. And it's not because people who hate other people are good. It's just saying, like, the people who think they're helping the most are doing the most damage, and they need to chill out and get called out. Someone said, what do you think about Russell Brand? He has been invited to speak on Fox. I love Russell Brand. I think listen, right now, medical tyranny over everything. If you're not talking about medical tyranny, I will shame you. And I'm not, it's not up to me, but like Trump, all these other, they're not doing anything for me. I respect Russell Brand more. I don't care that he's kind of a socialist, because he's going hard at the Great Reset. He's talking about Davos. He's talking about all the medical stuff. Russell Brand did a better job than Trump did, to be honest, and he's left wing. So yeah, he deserves to go on Fox. He stepped up. This was crunch time for America. Okay, the last year and a half, it was like the fourth quarter for America. It's not, the game's not over, but like, the fourth quarter shows the real baller and who's a fake. And it sucks because in the fourth quarter, Trump was like the worst. It's like he was like, it was okay. I'll give him a D- because I'm feeling good today. Russell Brand, he stepped up. Naomi Wolf, she stepped up. It's like I like that Russell Brand has been so good with his videos. Watch his videos. He's been killing it the last 5 months. His videos are better than most conservatives. Russell Brand, in my opinion, is helping America more than TPUSA. And I'm not trying to take a jab at Charlie Kirk right now, but I'm just saying, like, where's all their videos about the COVID lockdowns and tyranny? They're not making it. Where's PragerU's videos and stuff? Maybe they make some and I don't see them. And I like Will Witt. I like these people. They're my friends and stuff. But I'm just so underwhelmed by all these Republicans. Like, are you a Republican? Like, you're going to stand up for your country and actually say something about the medical tyranny? Or are you a Republican? Like, you just want to go to CPAC and put on a cowboy hat and impress women or something. There's nothing wrong with impressing women, guys like them. But in general, I'm just saying, like, I like Russell Brand unironically more than 95% of Republicans, because he actually talks about medical tyranny. It's like, how are you going to be a conservative and be wrong on the most important issue in recent history? I'll never understand it. So yeah, Russell Brand, A+ this last year, crushing it. deserves credit, deserves to go on Fox. He's better than most people on Fox, in my opinion. Someone said Buddhism is more of a way, although it may be a bit too peaceful. I like Taoism. I like Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. You know, I don't know much about Buddhism, to be quite honest, but I like Taoism, and it's not my religion, but it's a mindset. Like, you know, Bruce Lee used to say, "Be like water," and you know, what was it called, Wim Chun? And there's all these sort of Asian techniques, but like, it's like you don't attack, you defend, you hit back, but you know, kind of like Floyd Mayweather. He's undefeated. Why was Floyd Mayweather undefeated? Because he didn't mess up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mess up because he was always defending. He was always so there's something to be said about being so soft, you're so strong. You know, being like water, water can, you know, slap you in the face and you don't even feel it, and water could kill you. It could a wave could crash and hit your head into the ground. So it's like water has the ability to be anything. It could be vapor, it could crush a rock into sand. It could also clean off a baby. Like that's what water is. So I think the Taoism, the Tao Te Ching's Lao Tzu is very fascinating. You know, I don't agree with everything they say, but it's definitely a good thing to hear and consider. And for Christians who think, oh, I don't want to hear it because it's Christian, there's actually someone brought it to my attention. There was a Christian who did he said how, you know, Taoism plays into Christianity, how it was like a Christian perspective of Tao Te Ching or something. That blew my mind too, because it was a Christian who was like, no, this stuff's great. And he was relating it to stuff in the Bible, and he did a whole crossover as a Christian, which was sick because, of course, a lot of that same wisdom is in the Bible. So I have an appreciation for Taoism, but it's not my religion and it's not my be all end all, but I do love it. Someone said, do you believe they're going to lock us down again, and what should we prepare for? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not. It looks like they're opening up. Watching the propaganda on television, they're like, Gavin Newsom's opening up again. So hopefully they just open up and stay up. You know, I could dream. Let me see. Someone said nonviolence. Well, yeah, I like the Buddha quote I have. It says, your own thoughts will harm you more than your worst enemy. Your worst enemy can't harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. That's deep. And I truly believe that. So, you know, when you move, you know, you move like water. Especially me, I have to think about this because I start jabbing with my own supporters and stuff. And sometimes they get pissed off at me. And I'm just having fun. But at the same time, I get annoyed. They get annoyed. But you got to move. Like if you move like water, you know, if you're jagged and your energy is like, bah, 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 you get what you put out, you know? So if you're putting it out jagged, you're going to get it back jagged. There's people who do politics who get half as many views as me, who probably get 10 million times as much hate mail because they're just jabbing all the time and just, and it's like, whoa, you know, I agree with some of your politics, but that energy is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. So I feel like there's something profound about like the Taoist way. And you know, it could be found in other texts and stuff, but of being strong, but not, you know, feeling at peace with yourself. Cause it's like, if, you know, at a certain point, people want to say this, that. It's like you got to be at peace in your mind. If you're not at peace in your mind, you're never going to be at peace externally. And all of that translates, and then it kind of comes back to you. So I try to think like that because I'm reaching up millions and millions of people too. In general, it doesn't matter, but even on your personal level, where it's like I don't want to put out that type of energy because I know it'll come back. Someone said Bruce Lee had a similar quote like that. Yeah, Bruce Lee's quote was like, be like water, my friend. You know, I'll look up the quote. Bruce Lee was lit, but I think it was Taoism. You know, Taoism is ancient, like Asian. I don't know what's the deal with China now. I don't know why they're not doing Taoism now. The Communist Party needs to get back to the old roots. There's a lot of dope stuff out of Asia, but the Communist Chinese Party is just not it. Here's what he said. Bruce Lee said, can I say it in a Bruce Lee accent, or is this going to be racist? If I say it, like when I do Trump, I say, I did it, Moderna, Pfizer. I like to read it in the accent. I know people, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or crash. Be water, my friend. Did Bruce Lee sound like that? I don't know. I think he has a pretty good accent, but I don't know. Maybe it was not. Maybe it was ignorant, but whatever. You got to live with it. So empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. Put water in. Yeah, you get it. It sounds much better when I do the accent. Let's be honest. But anomaly, Asian lives matter. Asian lives matter. Yeah, Asian lives matter. So get your Asian grandparents away from liberal high crime cities where the demographics are not playing into the favor of Asians. Move them somewhere where it's more conservative and more safe. Lives matter. Asian lives matter. Yeah, but the people who scream Asian lives matter are making life more dangerous for Asian lives. They're getting beaten in New York, in San Francisco, and Los Angeles because it's not safe there anymore. And these people are like, but I put up a hashtag. It's like, but the city's declining. So if you really like Asian grandparents, stop listening to liberals. Move them somewhere around the people that they tell you are so scary. It's all these white supremacists and conservatives. I guarantee if you move your Asian grandparents to a white conservative area, their chance of getting attacked goes down like 10,000 times. Like I don't know that that's a real stat. I'm just saying it's like, they're like, why do they keep getting attacked in Brooklyn? It's like, because it's not safe there for an Asian store owner. There's no hashtag. It doesn't matter if Damian Lillard says something on his shirt. Well, I put Asian lives matter on my shirt. Yeah, but you don't understand the dynamic of what's going wrong for Asian elders. They're getting attacked by savage people who not only don't care about their own ethnicity and their own communities, but then go to an Asian person and are so heartless that they attack an Asian elder. This is not like a secret Trump conspiracy theory. It's just like the cities are not safe anymore. But I'm just trying to help. Someone said only 30% of people in Georgia got the jab, so Kamala is coming to talk to people into it. It's so crazy how desperate they are. Like I'm watching a commercial, and it's so wicked. They're like, it was like a black commercial. They're like, the African American community, everybody's getting the vaccine, doctors, blah 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 blah. They're like, are you getting it? Are you helping? Or it's like Gavin Newsom's giving out millions of dollars. It's like, my gosh. They couldn't get water to Flint, Michigan. How long did it take them to get water? Flint, Michigan's like, hey, we need clean water. They're like, what do you need? Moderna and Pfizer? They're like, no, clean water. We need clean water. They're like, did you say Janssen? Did you say Johnson and Johnson, or did you say Pfizer? I couldn't hear what you're saying. They're like, no, water, clean water. And the politicians are like, oh, you want your taxes raised? You want higher taxes? No, water. We want clean water in Flint, Michigan. Okay, yeah, we'll raise the gas prices $4. Water. Oh, you want us to bomb Syria? No, clean water. They're like, okay, we'll kill Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. We'll create slavery in Libya. We'll just kill the leader and leave a jihadist to take over slavery. No, water. They're like, okay, if you want Bashir al-Assad, we'll go for him. We'll try to destabilize Syria and destroy Europe and America and Canada at the same time as we destroy Middle East. No, we want water. Water. They're like, we'll get the vaccines. It's like, yeah, these are the people who really care. It took them God knows how long to get water to Flint, Michigan, but they're like, we'll give you anything. We'll pay you. We'll do this. We'll give you a free Uber ride, a free donut, a free hot dog, a free Krispy Kreme. I mean, what do you want? What do you want? We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. What do you want? $10,000. Bro, all the government does is steal your money and steal your freedom. Why would they be so desperate to get this injected in you? Because they care about health? The Center for Disease Control, who's allowed obesity to spiral, how many people are dying from obesity and heart disease and diabetes? How many people are dying from hospital mistakes? Google that. John Hopkins. Way more than you think are dying from hospital mistakes. How many people are getting more overdoses on opioids and fentanyl? Lots. Our life expectancy is going backwards. So they've been doing a piss poor job of keeping us alive for the last 20, 30 years because they've been just over-farming everything and just under-caring about people, and just now all of a sudden people are like, I don't understand why I trust. It's like, because I have a brain and I read and I know the history of these companies and I know the history of our government, and I'm not paranoid or hesitant. I'm just educated and informed, and I don't think like people put it in their like profile, like I'm vaxxed, and they're like 300 pounds. And listen, there's big people who watch me. We love all sizes on Anomaly. You're 500 pounds. Listen, I'll give you a big hug. It's just gonna have to be a big one because you're big. But you know, you look like Big Pun. Hopefully, you're a good rapper too. But anyway, I don't care how big someone is, but it's like these people think this is like Charlie's golden ticket. It's like, I get it. The government and Pfizer and Moderna, they all lied to you, and you think you're like a superhuman now that you got the jab. But really, diet, exercise, and taking care of yourself mentally and spiritually, that's the trifecta of how you really keep yourself healthy. And then, of course, you know, bad things can happen, but we could save tens of millions of lives. I mean, probably more than that worldwide if people just took care of themselves and if our government actually gave people the tools and resources to do so. But instead, they take them away. They took away your resources to take care of yourself. They took away gyms. They took away sports leagues. People got fatter. Mental health declined and spiraled last year, and they don't give a crap. So, of course, they're going to give you Juneteenth because that's the PSYOP holiday that they gave you 200 years later as a federal holiday to bring up things from the past, to use them to shift people to the future of where they're taking more crap away from you to bring you back to those days. That's what they're doing. How it could not be more obvious. I don't care. The people are back to spam, but I don't care. I mean, if they want to spam, it's all good. I'm just gonna read Facebook. I'm not gonna let them bother me. All right, let me see. Josh said they want people to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually, but then they turn around and fearmonger you to persuade. No, they don't care if you take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, because you got to understand, if people are healthy, they don't make as much money. You know, if people were mentally healthy, most of these politicians would not be in power, because if people were mentally healthy, they would not vote for their own demise, okay? If people were more physically healthy, they wouldn't be able to sell their products. The biggest sponsors on television, the biggest food products, they wouldn't be able to make money. And I'm not going to name names, but you know, the food and drugs. So they can't have people physically healthy because a physically healthy population doesn't buy their food and won't need as many of their drugs. And spiritually healthy, they certainly don't want you either. So this idea that they want us physically, mentally, or spiritually healthy, they don't want any of that. They can't have people healthy because that's very bad for their power structure and very bad for their wallets. And not to pretend like I'm a know-it-all, because I'm not, but I saw this earlier, before politics, before I knew left or right. I always saw this, the media manipulation, and I always saw how unhealthy people were. And luckily I had a good family where I heard, you know, television, don't watch too much television. I heard these products, you know, they're not healthy. This food's not that good. So it's like, how good is the food that we're eating versus how good was food 50, 60 years ago, you know? How good is the quality? What are they using in it? What's high fructose corn syrup? Why is it in ketchup? You know, ketchup tastes better if it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup and it's way healthier. Why do they have all these crazy ingredients and everything? You think that might be contributing to certain, you know, health decline? Of course it is, but it makes so much money for them. And also it makes people lazy and tired, and you know, it's a shame what they're doing. But I saw that early on. I was like, the pharma industry is just jamming crap down our throats, and it's way worse now. I mean, every commercial is just like, man, you get it. Someone said science is Jesus to the left. It's their religion, but their religion isn't real science. Their religion is fake science. So here's the secret that they tell you once they mess up. So Fauci flip-flopped like 30 times. He said this, 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 he said this. Before he flip-flopped so many times, what does the left say? They don't believe in real science. Real science is experimentation, hypothesis. You know, you do a test, and even gravity can be challenged. You know, it's hard to challenge, but it's like every theory, the theory of relativity and all this stuff. Yes, a lot of this stuff is pretty concrete, but even the most concrete theories, they're allowed to be challenged, but you just have to present a better theory. And if you can't, then you can't. So you have to just go with that one. But every scientist knows that science is there for the evolution. So the science is settled as a propaganda left-wing turn to convince you that you can't question them. It is a religion. It's not real science, but whatever they say is religion. They say the polar ice caps are going to melt by 2020. They put signs at the national park. Ice caps are going to be gone, or the glaciers are going to be gone at the Glacier National Park, whatever it is. 2020 rolls along. They're not melted, so they have to take away the signs. If you were to say that in 2010, they would have called you a climate denier and a conspiracy theorist and anti-science. But the real science was they lied. They're doing fake science. So all science be questioned. And once Fauci screwed up, he finally admitted that. He said, well, science evolves and you're allowed to flip-flop back and forth. I agree, Fauci, but why are you allowed to flip-flop back and forth, but nobody can question you, even though you question yourself? You can change your mind, but nobody else can change your mind. Your thoughts are not concrete, but your thoughts are concrete. The fraud is up, and hopefully people realize this for climate change, because climate change is real, okay? For the Facebook moderators, climate change is very real. Winter, summer, spring, fall, climate change is real. It gets hotter, it gets colder. Glaciers melt, great glaciers freeze. Volcanoes erupt. Earth is an amazing being. Climate change is real, but is what they're saying 100% accurate? We need to suck all this carbon out of the air or else we're all going to die, says the people who said that the glaciers were going to melt in 2020, says the people who fearmongered for the last 40 years like they did about COVID-19. I have a crazy scientific fact for you. We exhale carbon dioxide, and trees breathe it. So we could plant trees, and that's tree food, and then they exhale. It's the cycle of life. We're going to be fine if we make smart moves, but just like with COVID, everything they do is wrong. They try to play God and do the dumbest things constantly and say you're not even allowed to question them. So science is real, but these people think they have a monopoly on science, and Marxism has brainwashed the left so bad they can't do science anymore. 20 years ago, I would tell you, it doesn't matter if they're left-wing or right-wing. A good scientist is a good scientist. Now I would say be very cautious of some of these scientists, because they're programmed with all this fake nonsense that they don't even believe science anymore. So the science in their head, although it wasn't even really good science, was it's really smart to social distance. It's really smart to close everything down. It's really smart not to have any gatherings. But when George Floyd gathers, they say, well, racism is such a big threat that technically it doesn't spread as much, or if it spreads, it's not as big of a deal because we need to fight racism. Who says the George Floyd riots were fighting racism? I would say they made racism worse. They made the cities worse. They made communities worse. They made the cities that they marched in worse. Everything got worse. So who says that what they did even helped racism? It hurt racism, and it hurt those cities, and it hurt black people, and it hurt local businesses, and it hurt our country, and it hurt morale. So they think that helped, and they will give up the science that they thought they believed for this idea of what they were doing. So they're not even scientists anymore. They're so brainwashed, it doesn't matter if they have 10 PhDs. They're too dumb, they're too fake, they're too naive, and they're too programmed to listen to anymore. These people are way too far gone to even listen to. It's just sad, because it's like you want to trust the experts, but these people they're experts. Like, okay, you have all these PhDs, but you're too brainwashed to even use them properly. So who cares what you say? Yeah, you could get an op-ed in Washington Post or New York Times and talk to other brainwashed people, but real intellects and real scientists will not believe you because you've lost your damn mind. We could talk about race, we could talk about ethnicity, we could talk about differences, we could talk about inequality, but if you believe in the science of social distancing, you can't just give it up a week later because you like that political, then you don't believe in what you said 2 weeks ago, which of course they don't believe anything that they say. And that's why the right needs to stop playing along. The right keeps moving, oh, we're just going to play this game. I'm like, you guys are so dumb. You play this game thinking that they're going to care, but they don't care because they don't even believe what they pretend to believe. And that's what I said, whether it's Trump, whether it's the left wing. I'm not playing this game. Well, I like Trump. Well, I hate Trump. Just say the truth. Trump was effective when he said the truth. When Trump started pandering and lying and pushing vaccines to be liked, lost. Rightfully so. He lost favor, I believe, not just in the country, but he lost favor with a higher power. When you tell the truth, I believe you're protected in some ways. If you walk in truth, it's powerful. If you become a liar, now you're just another politician. Goodbye. Get out of the way for the dumber politician. And that's, I think, why Trump lost, because he lost the truth. It's like, don't play the game of the left, because they don't even believe what they pretend to believe. So you start pretending like you believe what they believe, and they'll flip to another thing because they never believed it in the first place. So you're going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to turn into a phony if you try to please them. Please people, you could be nice. And here's the crazy part is I say this stuff, and I probably have more left-wing followers than most conservatives. I have liberals and Black Lives Matter and ACAB follow me all the time on Instagram. I don't have to be fake. I just don't scream all the time and build a wall, build a wall. It's like, okay, build a wall, but you don't got to like scream it all the time. That type of stuff is like repellent, but you don't have to but it's funny. It's like I attract more left-wingers to my page, yet I pander to them less than most Republicans. They pander so hard and nobody likes them. They hate them. They hate these people. But they become just phonies. It's like, just tell the truth, be kind about it, but don't play this game. I'm going to please the left. They don't believe themselves. They literally don't even believe what they pretend to believe. It's just a thing to oppose you. Well, Trump said it might come from a lab, so I can't say it came from a lab because I don't want to appease the racists. So what do you believe? Like, if Trump says it comes from a lab and I'm a scientist, Trump's opinion, or if Biden says it comes from a lab, I don't like Biden, but if he says it came from a lab and I think it came from a lab, I'm not going to let Joe Biden's opinion sway my opinion. How stupid would I be? Joe Biden, I drink water. Well, I'm going to starve to death now because I don't want to drink. I don't know why I would talk like that, but I don't want to drink water anymore because Joe Biden drinks water. It's like, how stupid could you possibly be? Oh, no, I agreed with Joe Biden one time. It's not going to kill you. Yeah, Trump said it might have come from a lab. So you said it didn't come from a lab because you didn't want to agree with him? Then you're an idiot. You're not suited to be a scientist. You are a moron. You are an imbecile. You should be shamed out of whatever expert position you're in and be replaced with somebody of any ethnicity who actually tells the freaking truth. I mean, this is how stupid people are. This goes on both sides because people don't want to agree to disagree with the other person, but really the left has lost their freaking minds. They can't do anything. They can't do science. They can't do math. They can't do physics. They can't do politics. They can't do economics. They can't do freedom. They can't do anything. So why would you agree with someone like that? You don't have to be mean about it, but, well, welcome to Juneteenth. I'm Ronald McDaniels. Of course you are. My gosh. Someone said chocolate chip, Sleepy Joe. Hey Joe, what ice cream flavor did you get, Joe? He's like, chocolate chip. They're chocolate chip. Oh Joe, he's like, chocolate chip. I just eat chocolate chip. Well, I'm gonna stick it to Putin. They're like, oh man, Joe, I love chocolate chip. He's like, oh man, it's so good. Yeah, I'm about to go talk to Putin. I'm really gonna stick it to Russia, man. They've been colluding and knocking down the power lines and hacking the grids with Pokemon Snap. It's like, my gosh. It's embarrassing. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I see that, John. I got you. Skies Falling said you should be a comedian, dude. I am a comedian. I'm playing to 1,000 people. We got 500 plus people on Facebook. We got 500 plus people on YouTube. Imagine we're in a stadium with 1,000 people. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing Zoom comedy calls. So one day we'll do something, but I do my own thing, and then I just roam around. 2 scoops. Melanie said, I will walk down the aisle to Chew Jack for the Gulag or Bob Ross if you come to my wedding in August. Well, first of all, Melanie, you have to talk to your husband because I don't want to ruin your wedding. If he wants to have like a beautiful song and you want to walk down the aisle to my song, I'm not trying to ruin your wedding. So consult with your husband, and if your husband says yes and he wants to do that too, and I'm in the area, I'll come to your wedding, but only if I'm within like an hour, 2-hour vicinity. Message me on Instagram, but please make sure your husband wants to do that too, because I'm not trying to ruin your whole wedding. But if that's something he wants to do, I would go if it was close enough and I felt like driving there or something. But I'm not ruining a wedding. Have I seen any gators in Florida? Well, I'm not in Florida right now. When I went to Florida, I ate a gator. I hung out with, I don't know if you guys follow on Instagram, but DC Drano on Instagram, very nice guy. When I went out of a cruise. Where was I? At a St. Petersburg or Fort Lauderdale? I don't remember. One of those places. Tampa. And I hung out with DC Drano, and he said, "You got to eat the gator bites." I was like, "I don't know about this gator bites," and I ate the gator bites, and they were pretty damn good. So shout out to DC Drano and shout out to David Leatherwood. They were both extremely nice, and they showed me around St. Pete, and I'm forever grateful, and I consider them friends because that's a real life move. They showed me the community, and it was pretty cool. So the gator bites, gator bites are good. They tasted like chicken. Honestly, I was very impressed. My opinion on the Portland police: did the riot police retire or something? I'll look it up real quick. Yeah, sorry guys, the spammers on my YouTube, I'm gonna ignore you today, so you could just go away because you're not gonna ruin the stream today. I got 2 streams. I'm just gonna read Facebook. Let me see. Portland police. I'll look it up real quick. Portland police. Entire Portland police crowd control unit quits over fellow officers' assault charge. That's the solution. Honestly, I agree with them. Listen, this was my message a year ago. I love Portland. Not really, but when I went there, it was dope. Before they ruined it, it was fun. Oat milk lattes, good cheap burgers, brioche buns. You get it. Listen, the liberal hipsters know how to make a damn good burger. Okay, brioche buns. You got truffle fries. I'm all for the liberal hipster stuff. It's just then they just ruin the city within 5 years. It's like just put them in the kitchen. No, I'm just kidding. But if they could just stick to oat milk lattes and brioche buns, Portland would be sick. But unfortunately, they just always take it too far. Anyway. They don't want you there. If you're a police officer, they don't want you in Portland. They don't want you in Seattle. They don't want you in Los Angeles. So if you love the people of that city, if you really, really love the people of that city and you're from there and your family's from there and your family's from there, then do what you got to do for your community. If you don't really have an attachment to the city and your family's not from there and you don't really care that much, it's time to go. I would just move to a conservative area. Get out, go join, listen, come to my county. They would love you there. People love the police where I'm at. So, I think that's the future. Liberals need to collapse on themselves. You guys don't want defund the police? Okay, I'll see you guys. Me and my family, we're going to pack and we're going to go somewhere else. The whole city's going to turn into hell. And then they're going to be crying for conservatives to help them. Daddy, help me. Help me. I'm getting beat up all the time. It's like, where's the police? Where's the police? They're not there. One of the rappers, Meg the Stallion, nothing but respect from me, okay? I love my fellow rappers. But, she was doing all this BLM and all this activism stuff on Instagram. And then her boyfriend at the time shot her or something or shot her in the foot. And then she puts up this thing and said, like, oh, police saved my life or he picked me up and got me. It's like these people hate the police and they're all like, Black Lives Matter, anti-police until they get shot. And then they're calling for the police. If you get attacked, who are you going to call? You're not going to call Ghostbusters. You're not going to call your local barista with a hipster handlebar mustache looking like Gavin McInnes. You're not going to call, the guy at the hipster, American gastropub with the craft brewery, that makes a brioche bun. You're going to call the police, and eventually they're not going to be there. I don't know why these people even still stay. They have way more. I've talked to a police officer in Beverly Hills, and he said, I love the people here. I'm going to stay. I love it. I love him for that. But if you don't have an attachment to the area, I couldn't do it. I have much respect for people who do it. If I was a Portland police, I would have retired a year ago. So smart move. Let them collapse on themselves. Get away from these people. Los Angeles, love it, but I wasn't born there. My family's not from there. I don't have a huge, deep attachment to the city. I like the people there. I love being there. It's a liberal. It's going to hell. It's literally like Demonville. I lived in Hollywood for 3 years. It's like I saw so much evil shit just on billboards all the way in the street all the time. I'm like scarred. I don't even want to go back there. I'm like, people are like, come out to LA. I'm like, yeah, right. You got to pay me way more than that for me to come there. But, I'm out. Do what you want to do, these demonic billboards all the time and, defund the police. I don't want any part of your community. I'm fine. I found a different community. Views on nuclear power. I'm not really that informed and educated on nuclear power, but from what I've heard, nuclear power is pretty clean and pretty efficient, and they're taking away a lot of nuclear power. That's why I felt like if you look at the big nuclear leak, what was it called? There was a whole mini series. Two of the people were like super far left Democrats. One of them was this like the one of the writers for the thing. One of them was Ted Cruz's ex roommate, who's like a super Democrat activist, and the other one was this Jewish liberal woman who's on like the Jewish coalition to the Iran deal or something, like some left-wing Jewish coalition or whatever. They were the writers or directors of that thing. So to me, I know everybody liked that series, Chernobyl, and I'm sure it was a great series. I'm not knocking, but there's always a political agenda, in my opinion. So people are like, no, there wasn't one. But I'm like, to me, I don't know for sure, but I think nuclear is probably some of the best energy. So now everybody's so afraid of Chernobyl because they blasted in your face. And now liberals and Democrats are taking away nuclear power. And that's why there's blackouts in Los Angeles a lot, because they tried to switch over to renewable and clean, and they didn't have enough. But from what I've heard, nuclear is clean and cleaner and more safe. But, it's the liberals that are trying to get away from that. I don't know. That's what I know. Like I said, that's my opinion and what I've heard. I'm not a power expert. So, that's what I know. And that's what I think. Someone said Marjorie Taylor Greene votes for Teenth and Matt Gaetz, then wants to abolish the ATF. Who do I trust? They're all politicians. It's like a Pokemon card. Pick your favorite one, but don't put your Christ-like faith in a politician, okay? If you like some things MGT does, do it, but understand that she's going to disappoint you. She's going to do certain things that you're like, why did she do that? I think her apology was totally lame. I get what she was talking about with the mask. I know she didn't mean to be hateful, but she went to a Holocaust museum and like cry, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's like, you're not sorry. She never said anything anti-Semitic. She just tried to compare, what they were doing with the mask to another period of time. Listen, I have Jewish moms who follow me who say that this reminds, they make that same comparison themselves. They say, what they're doing with the forced vaccinations and all this lockdown, it reminds me of World War II. How come a Jewish mother can say that who has ancestors who lived through it, but Marjorie Taylor Greene can't say it and Gina Carano can't make a comparison? Who cares? Okay. Okay. Is it the same? Of course, no, it's different. But, the point they're trying to make is a kind point. They're not saying it to be mean against Jews or demonize what happened. They're saying it to say we're walking down a very dangerous path right now. That's all Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to say. We're walking down a very dangerous path. And, one day when it's too late, we might realize that this was the path that led us there. She's allowed to say that. And like I said, it's not just Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know many Jewish women who tell me that they feel that way, and they have the right to say, because they're Jewish. Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't need to apologize, and now she's voting for Juneteenth. She's a politician. She's probably scared. They swarm you in Washington. Listen, the Israel lobby is so fierce. They're probably like, apologize. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'll go to every APEC tour. I'll do a Barry Weiss book tour. I swear I'll go on a Nick Cannon apology tour. Okay, I'll go to the Holocaust Museum. I'll talk to the rabbi, and then they're like, good. And then they're going to say that's anti-Semitic, but that's just plain funny. I'm for real though. It's like, you go on that topic, they try to make you apologize very quickly. Marjorie Taylor Greene is very pro-Jewish. I think she's pro-Israel. She's not hateful at all. She just made a comparison and they got mad. Uncle Greg Show said, should we get out the guillotine? I would say no, because I don't know. It sounds like something the feds would say. They'd hop on my stream and be like, should we bring back the Sixth Amendment? I'm like, no, I have no part in that stuff. So should we bring back the guillotines? No, I don't think so. Someone says she was supposed to be one of the tough ones. It's a tough job. I mean, they're all, I don't want to say they're all compromised, but at a certain point, I don't know what goes on in these meetings, but I don't know. Just don't put your Christ-like faith into people and politicians, especially these politicians. Like, They're going to disappoint you, I think, at a certain point. Someone said liberals make that comparison daily. Of course. And, if you make a bad historical comparison, it's not right, but you don't have to go on an apology tour. Like, if liberals say Trump is Hitler and this reminds me of Nazi Germany, I don't think they're right. I don't think Trump is Hitler at all. But I just have to say, I don't agree with you. They don't need to go to a Holocaust memorial and be like, I'm so sorry for saying that. It's so fake. It's like the fakest thing to do. It's like if I said something edgy about black people and they tried to call me a racist, instead of explaining myself or apologizing, I go to like African American Juneteenth memorial, like Frederick Douglass statue next to the Marcus Garvey statue, next to the George Floyd statue, next to the Malcolm X statue, next to the Martin Luther King statue, next to the W.E.B. Du Bois statue with him like writing a little book like liberalism is and I come out and I'm like, hey guys, I'm really sorry for what I said. I mean, I'm so not racist. I mean, look, I got 5 African Americans behind me. I mean, I can't possibly be racist. I just spent 3 hours in an African American museum. It's like, just stop. I'm so tired of it. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, we get it. She's never been anti-Semitic. She's super pro-Jewish, pro-Israel. She just said something. Okay, so now you need to go to a freaking museum to apologize? Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I said about Saudi Arabia. I'm at Mecca. I've spent 4 days here soaking in. I'm in Bali and I just went over to Mecca and now I'm in Abu Dhabi and I'm just soaking in the Islamic culture and I really have to say I'm a changed man. It's like I went on a 5-week sabbatical. Did peyote in the woods in Costa Rica. Went to Mexico, Acapulco. I don't know, Mayans, ruins. Just historical stuff. I mean, I did mescaline with the locals, and I'm a changed man. I mean, I can't believe I used to want to build a wall. Like now that I've visited Costa Rica, I'm talking like me, 7 Costa Ricans, so many turtles. It looked like the Ninja Turtles. I was so messed up. I thought I was in a Ninja Turtle episode. And now that I'm back, I see the right culture there. It's like I can't imagine building a wall, because if I build a wall, how are those turtles going to get to America? How are my Costa Rican friends going to run across the border? How are the ancient Mayans going to come back to life and go to Texas and try to work at a restaurant? So it's so fake. It's like, we get it. You're so not racist. You're so not anti-Semitic. Thank you so much. You know what, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Go back to the Holocaust Memorial. I don't think you shook out enough anti-Semitism. I think you should go there and do a podcast with a rabbi like Nick Cannon, where he could say that he had like 69 family members die. Literally, it was something like that. I'm like, I believe that. You have to believe that. It's very believable. I mean, this guy was just laying it down, and I respect that because it's no joke. Someone said perception is reality now. Like I said, I have it on my wall. It says, your own worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. And that's even more real now. It's probably always been real, but now everything's digital. Everything's computer. Everything's what you intake. Everything's what you make of it. You could change your life just by turning off the phone. You could change your life just by filtering what you take on the computer. So even more than now, your own worst enemy can't harm you as your own thoughts. That's deep. That's powerful. Think about that. More now than ever, you could change your life by changing your mind. Your mindset is everything, what you intake. Someone said, am I saying that there was no Holocaust? No. How in the world are you getting that out of what I said? This is why nobody could talk about this stuff. People exaggerate. Did I literally say that at any point in this live stream? Did I even hint or do anything towards that? What do you work for, like CNN or something? It's like, you made a joke about Marjorie Taylor Greene going to the Holocaust store and Nick Cannon doing a rabbi podcast. So are you saying that this is not? You're like, hey, Juneteenth is a scam. Are you saying you hate all black people? No. I don't believe in the anti-Semitism speech laws. Are you saying you hate all Jewish people? Are you saying you don't want Israel to exist? Are you saying you don't want Israel? Israel has to exist. Are you Hitler? Are you literally Hitler? It's like, no. Are you working for someone, or do you just? It's like, come on, guys. I had this one guy come on my Instagram live stream one time. He was like, "Oh, you remind me of Hitler. Hitler said this. The Nazi said this." I'm like, bro, this is why people don't like you. And when people don't like you, you think they don't like everybody. No, they just don't like you. I have lots of Jewish friends, and they don't act like you. It's you, okay? Don't put it on everybody else of your ethnicity because you have a problem. This is like, are you saying slavery never existed? Are you comparing COVID to slavery? Are you saying that never No. I made a joke about a rabbi from Nick Cannon's podcast because I don't believe that rabbi. I think he's a liar, personally. I watched the podcast. If I don't believe one rabbi, I don't believe any rabbi. I don't believe every Jewish person. No, that's not how it works. I don't have to believe every rabbi. I don't believe every pastor. Okay? I've watched Christian pastors. Most of them, I don't believe at all. I'm a Christian pastor. It's like Black Lives Matter to me because I'm a Christian. It's like I don't have to believe him just because. You don't believe that pastor? What, are you saying Jesus never rose? Are you trying to say that you don't believe in Jesus Christ because you don't believe in the past? Like, no, that's not how any of this works. Unbelievable. People are so sensitive. I get it, but it's like, come on, guys. Let's not do this. Someone said it's Brian Stelter. Shout out Brian Stelter. Apparently he's 35. Let me look. I just want to look. Brian, let me see. Stelter age. Yeah, he's 35. For some reason, I thought he was 55, but whatever, Life comes at you fast. Like that Fabio commercial. Someone said, great stuff, dude. People just can't get it right. I'm going to say this. In my opinion, the worst people from every race, I'm going to say it, the worst people from every race are the ones who push this idea, if you don't agree with them, that you hate everybody of their race. If you ever meet a really cool, down-to-earth Jewish person, they're not going to say that to you. Do you know why? Because they're not annoying. It's always the annoying ones who act like you hate all Jews. It's just they're annoying. It's like I have so many Jewish friends, and they don't act like you. And we never have this conversation because they're not annoying. It's the same with black. It's the same with white. It's the same with Hispanic. It's always the annoying ones that want to act like it's a bigger thing. You're like, oh, you don't want me to go here because of my skin color? It's like, no, I just don't like you. Like there's been tens of thousands of people through here with your skin color. That was fine. It's just you. It's like a common theme. People love to hide behind their ethnicity and put their entire race in front of them like as a shield. It's such a cowardly move. It's like, no. I don't have to believe the rabbi Nick Cannon, and you don't have to believe a Christian pastor. And I don't. It's always the person. It's like this guy gets on. He's like, oh my god. He's like, dude, what you said reminds me of like he said because I said Zionist that it was like a Hitler propaganda term. I was like, bro, there's a Zionist Organization of America. It's like a pro-Israel group. It's a word that was created by Theodor Herzl, a Jewish man, to reclaim or capture or whatever or steal whatever you think Israel. It's not a bad word. He's like, but when you say when you abbreviate it, it's a propaganda, bro. It's an abbreviation. Are you kidding me? Like, you can't abbreviate things anymore without people comparing you to Hitler. Like this guy was literally trying to do that because I said I abbreviated the word Zionist. He was like that's what Hitler said. I'm like, dude, you got to stop. And the problem wasn't everybody else. It was literally just him. Someone said, move on. Don't let them get to you. No, I'm not. I find this conversation interesting. That's all I'm saying. Because people do this as a defense mechanism, but it's like you don't have to do this if you're not annoying. Someone said Jesus was a Jew. Yes, I don't know. Like I don't know what point you're trying to make. It's like, yeah, okay. People put in their own heads something that I never said, and then have an argument with what I never said. Like people are in full defense mode. I didn't say anything negative about any of this stuff today. And people were like, well, he was, I'm like, yeah, but you can say that. That's fine. I'm just saying, I didn't say anything negative. I'm just saying it's always the people of every ethnicity, the annoying ones that want to put their whole ethnicity in front of them as a shield, like the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. They're obnoxious. Everything's anti-Semitic from them. It's just they're annoying. That's the problem. It's not everybody else. It's like they're just horrible people, and they hide behind their whole ethnicity. And most Jewish people I know that are conservative hate them. And most my Jewish progressive friends don't like them either. It's like, so is the problem everyone else? Like, maybe the problem's just them. You get what I'm saying? I'm not hating people. I'm just saying the most annoying people of every ethnicity are always, it's like even with white people, it's like, oh my God, I'm the worst. Oh my God, I'm so bad. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. It's like, and then they have 3 beers and they're the most racist people or whatever. It's like, okay, we get it. You hate yourself. Cool story. It's like, you get what I'm saying. Someone says stay strong. I'm having a great time. I don't know. I like things that are funny. I don't know. Some people they think I'm being mean or something, but I think it's funny, honestly. Someone said, yeah, prejudice is a thing. Yeah, but there's certain things I'll give you an example too. There was, never mind. I'm just gonna move on to something else. Someone said, gotta find humor in life. Every comedy thing you see, I'm being funny now, but also the reason comedy is not really funny anymore. I mean, comedy is because they don't listen to the left, but I'm talking what's the last really funny movie that's come out in the last 5 years? You probably can't think of anything like Step Brothers or Knocked Up. All these Judd Apatow movies that used to be really funny. He's lost his mind. He's like a full-blown leftist now, so nothing's funny anymore. It's because everything that's funny when you talk about comedy, you're talking about relatable things. What's relatable? I'm going to joke about gender. I'm going to joke about my wife. Maybe I'm white. My wife's Asian. I'm going to make fun of her. She's going to make fun of me. I'm going to talk about all this stuff. That's the world. The world is multicultural. The world is funny situations you get yourself into. Sometimes it's racial. Sometimes it's religious. Sometimes it's, it's gender. Sometimes it's other people. Sometimes it's personal issues, emotions. That's what people joke about. So all these leftists and sensitive conservatives, they don't want you to talk about any of this stuff, or they get mad when you say anything funny about anybody ever. So nobody's funny anymore because no one can say anything. It's how you can't be a comedian unless you say something funny about something. I was watching, I don't know, anybody. You got what I'm saying? That's what's his name? The guy who was fat but he's not fat anymore. Fluffy. It's Fluffy clowns on women. Sometimes he'll clown on his Hispanic heritage. Imagine if you're dude, I don't think you should talk about race anymore. It's it's my whole act. I'm Hispanic and I like to talk about Hispanic things. That's funny. He's funny. It's not funny anymore if you take that out. You can't talk about women. He can't talk about his wife. He can't talk about Mexicans. What's he going to talk about? That's this whole skit. So it's they think you can't talk about these things. Well, don't say that. It's then don't say anything. Then just don't talk. I guess we'll just never say anything ever again. It's over. Someone said, oh my God, he's not fat anymore. I think he lost a lot of weight. I think Fluffy lost a lot of weight and he's pretty skinny now. Someone said George Lopez too. Every comedian ever, especially Hispanic comedians. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny to hear their take on whatever. They talk about white people. It's funny. It's funny to hear how a Hispanic man in America views an ignorant white person. You think there's not ignorant white people? Of course there are. There's good white people. There's bad white people. There's ignorant white people. There's funny situations. Yeah, that's the whole scheme. He'll be this white guy said this thing. It's ha 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 ha. I don't sit there and say, oh, that's not me. That's not me. I've never said that. That's not me. I wouldn't say that. I would never say. It's it's not about you. You get what I'm saying? Jesus was a Jew. It's yeah, I get that. I wasn't talking about. It's fine now, but you get into defense mode. But it's I don't think George Lopez or Fluffy, I don't think they're talking about me when they say something about an ignorant white person. I think they're talking about an ignorant white person because, like, I don't know that they exist. If you're Jewish, you think no ignorant Jews exist or bad Jews. If you're Muslim, you think no bad Muslims exist. If you're a Christian, you think no bad Christians exist. If you're black, there's no black. You can't say anything about any. Come on, guys, this is so fake. Comedy is a lot of racial humor, and it's funny when people make fun of other people as long as it's real and you could relate and be like, man, that's true. I remember Dave Chappelle made this one skit or this one joke where he was in the hood and he was saying that there was a baby on the corner, and he was saying, you know, I wanted to go help the baby, but the baby was so ghetto that I just stayed in my car. He was like, the baby was on the corner and, you know, he was making me nervous. So I just stayed in my car with the doors locked or whatever. Like, that's a funny joke. Dave Chappelle's not racist. It's just funny because it's a little bit exaggerated, but at the same time, it's just really funny. It's like somewhat relatable. That joke is hilarious to me. But if a white person were to tell that joke in 2021, they'd be like, oh my God, that's so racist. We're so diverse in our community. It's like, yeah, you're diverse. That's fine. I'm not talking about you. Why does it have to be about you all the time? Oh my God, Fluffy, excuse me. I'm a white person and I would never disrespect a Hispanic like that. It's like, it's not about you. There's other people, and that's who this joke's about. My community, we have 5 yoga shops. I'm not talking about your community. Sit down and shut up and enjoy the show. It's like, do people not really not realize that? Ow, I got to put something on my hand. That this is what comedy is. Someone said he said the baby sold him a bag of weed. Yeah, that's funny. I don't remember the exact joke, but that's hilarious. It's probably not even true, but it's just funny. People overthink stuff so much. All right, I'm gonna head out. What time is it right now? Like I said, tomorrow, guys, if anybody's a golf fan and they watch the PGA Tour, I'll be watching Bryson tomorrow, DeChambeau. If you can, I don't really care that much, but I think it would be cool to see me on whatever it is, ESPN or NBC. It would be cool if you see me. I'm gonna be wearing my God Bless hat. I don't know what shirt I'm gonna wear. This was a slick shirt. I look like a real golfer today. Okay, I might wear my Jesus shirt tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I don't know if I have another shirt like this. I bought this one. I wanted to look. Plus, it was long sleeve. It was slick, but try to get a picture of me. I'm having a blast. Tomorrow's gonna be really fun. Someone said comedy minus free speech equals tragedy. That's deep. Someone said, I'm not the caddy. No, I'm not that talented. I just watch. Someone said golfing is an excuse for old people to go outside wearing funny looking pants. I'm telling you, everybody, not everybody, but almost everybody's in good shape. It's because you have to walk so much to play golf. It's a lot of exercise. I'm not a great golfer, but I love sports and it's really fun to watch, honestly. I mean, it's extra epic because I'm watching one of the best golfers in the world who invited me here, and I'm watching him crush it, and he's this close to winning back-to-back U.S. Opens. It's epic. Say what you want. I might wear funny-looking pants. I wear funny-looking pants anyway. It's a good time. Someone said Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack. Rodney Dangerfield's hilarious. Golf carts? There's no golf. Here, you don't get a golf cart. Everybody walks. Everybody's walking all over the place because at the PGA Tour. And these hats, I know people always ask, but I have dreamrare.com, but I also bought the domain godblesshats.com. So if you ever wonder where the hats are, they're at godblesshats.com. But I'm working on getting black hats, stickers, t-shirts, and I'll have sweatshirts and stuff soon. I've been a little slow this last month. I use my thumb as an excuse, but honestly, it's been bumming me out because I can't like exercise as much and do that much. So it's been slowing me down a little bit, but not that much. But I'm gonna get all the merch stuff, and I'm gonna get that soon. Put a brace for your thumb. I'll get it. Don't worry. I need to let it air a little bit too. I need a massage. I don't know if you're offering or you just think I need one, but I'm okay. Thank you though. Someone said golf is hard work even when you have a golf cart. Yeah, it's a lot of exercise. I mean, I guess if you have a golf cart, you don't walk as much, but they're not using a golf cart. Even the golfers, the pros, they're walking all 18 holes. I went to all 18 today. Someone said, Anomaly, would you sell God bless yarmulkes and Muslim prayer caps and other religious hats? No, probably not. Muhammad, I don't know. I mean, maybe one day, but I don't. At the time, I only have access to these hats, but I don't know that I want to get into religious gear. God bless you, Muhammad, but maybe one day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not right now. I'm just in the business of like hats and stuff. I don't know if I want to cross the Rubicon of doing like religious hats, but it's a dope idea. I don't know. I want to keep it simple. I don't want to. I don't want to dive too deep in that. But God bless you. Someone said, "God bless condoms." You guys got to calm down, okay? I appreciate I appreciate the suggestions, but it's too far, guys. I'm a simple man, okay? I don't want. That was pretty funny. I don't know about that. Y'all are wild. That's funny. That's good. We got some real winners here. I was laughing to Muhammad like this because my black cat says God is great, and if you translate God is great into Arabic is Allah Akbar. So I believe that means God is great. Correct me if I'm wrong. So maybe I'll put that in Islamic and just say God is great, Allah Akbar, and then Christians and Americans will freak out a bit, and they're like, no, it just means God is great. That's literally what it means. So I would be willing to translate that into Arabic to throw a wrench in the system a little bit. Maybe I'll translate it into other languages. Someone said, I'm a loser. Ask Larissa. Beck wrote a song about me. That's actually really funny too. Did I give up on flat Earth? No, I didn't. I don't give up. I'm not a quitter, but I've never been into flat Earth. Once again, you got to rebrand to Dome Earth. Dome, not flat Earth. Just sounds silly. I know people like it and it's caught on, but listen, I'm not talking about flat. I don't live in a flat world. Okay, I'm not a paper. I'm not a stick figure. Okay, I live in a virtual, world. Think B.O.B.'s album cover. You know what I'm saying? Think don't. But I don't give up on anything. I just don't talk about everything all the time. But I just write rap songs and just drop little lines and I say, what do I mean? And people don't know what I'm saying. I said in my last line, I said, I'm way too fast for the gulag. I don't trust. I'm gonna go through the lyrics real quick. I'm way too fast for the gulag. I don't trust y'all like I don't trust the moon man. Is he talking MTV or La Luna? The more they show, it's looking like the Truman. Get what I'm saying? Everything is zoomed in, left, right, trap. They set it up like a crewman. All right, we're gonna dive into that. I'm way too fast for the gulag. I don't trust y'all like I don't trust the moon man. Is he talking MTV or La Luna? So I said, I don't trust you guys like I don't trust the moon man. The Moon Man is the award show they give at the VMAs, which is I don't know why the light just got super heavy, but that's probably a moon reference. But the Moon Man is the award that MTV gives out. It's called the Moon Man. So I said, I don't trust the Moon Man. Is he talking MTV or La Luna, which is Spanish for the moon? The more they show, it's looking like the Truman. The more they show, the Truman Show. Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Everything is zoomed in, left, right, trap, politics. They set it up like a crewman. I'm not out here throwing out average lyrics. I'm just saying, okay? I throw it out in a rap. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I'm on to the next line. So that's a little TED talk of the lyrics. Way too jacked for the gulag. What beef am I serving up? Well, I don't remember said. Way too jacked for the gulag. I got to think of the first line. Way too jacked for the gulag. What did I say? 2 jacked for the gulag. I forget the lyrics. AOC want to put me onto the food stamps, but I don't want government to make the move yet. Can't decide if I want a blonde or a brunette. Pandemic flow like it's coming out of Wuhan. I just praise Christ. Stay away, you humans. But if you want beef, I'm serving up the Hunan beef. It's an Asian beef. It's very tasty. That's what I was saying. Way too jacked for the gulag. I forget the second line already. Oh well. Luckily, I don't have to perform it anywhere. Does anybody know the second line? I don't even remember it. Way too jacked for the gulag. Oh, I ain't getting caught. Like, oh, That's what I said. I already forgot. I'm way too jacked for the gulag. I ain't getting caught like it was a game of school tag. Get it? Tag, you're it. Like you get caught. I ain't getting caught like it was a game of school tag. Whatever. I like Hunan beef though. Someone said bioweapon is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, it's still relevant. I was hoping I was wrong and the world went back to normal, but I was ahead of the curve. All right, 2 more minutes and I'm out. What time is it? 10:40. Yeah. Let's end on a good note. Let's see. Someone said, "What am I singing?" It's my song. It's called "Way Too." It's called "Way Too Jack for the Gulag." Way too jack for the gulag. I don't trust y'all. I don't remember, but it's my lyrics. Every line I'm saying something. I'm not one of these rappers. I'm just talking to talk. Every line, if you go back, I'm saying something. But that's enough. That's enough of my TED talk. Someone said, "Come to my wedding, bro." Seriously. I mean, is it wedding season? Am I like Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn? I'm like wedding crashing everybody's wedding. If you message me on Instagram, that's the best place I could see it. I don't see everything, but that's the only place that I even semi see sometimes. Am I on Spotify? Yeah, I'm on Spotify. My second verse too. Maybe are we just gonna have a little rap? Way too jacked for the gulag. If you search way too jacked for the gulag, it'll come up on Spotify. Or bioweapon, all one word. Anomaly, AN0MALY. Yeah, bioweapon. I did bioweapon live one time at a protest, and it just went so hard. That was one of my favorite performances. Obviously, I like performing with Trapped in front of huge crowds, but one of my favorite solo performances. It was at some Huntington Beach like lockdown protest, and I played bioweapon, and people went nuts. It was so fun. Someone said Dr. Karlin Boshnenko started strawmanning attacking white people tonight on a live stream. Yeah, I saw her thing. I saw Cassandra Fairbanks retweet it. What is her name? Carlin or whatever. She was like, critical race theory is not anti-white. I'm blocking anybody who says that. She's entitled to her opinion, but I don't think she's that smart, to be honest. Like, I don't think she's very smart. And, this is why, you gotta make sure you don't make people with no talent famous, because it's like, I don't think she has any revolutionary ideas of politics or anything. She just kind of rode I used to be left, I walked away. And now she's out here just saying really dumb stuff on a daily basis. And people are getting annoyed at it. But whatever, she's getting ratio. God bless her soul. Pray for her and, wish her the best. But I just don't think she knows what she's talking about. But it's okay. It's welcome to the internet. Anyone can say whatever they want, right? I could just sit up here and say whatever I want. She could say whatever she wants. It's a beautiful thing. But I know she was getting pretty hard ratioed on Twitter by conservatives because what she said was pretty stupid. But, maybe she'll figure it out. Maybe she'll just spiral and double down on her wrong thing, and then she'll just keep getting ratioed every day. But, that's on her. I mean, I think she means well, but, she walked away, but she didn't walk in the right direction or whatever. All right. Someone said I'm way too jacked. Here's the problem. I was getting jacked, and now I can't. I haven't been able to work out. I'm getting too weak for the gulag, but I'm trying to start working out more. But my thumb, I can't do anything. It's so annoying. But I mean, I'm here. I'm having a good day. It's been annoying. I want to get more jacked. You know, once my thumb fully heals, I'm getting enormous. It's not even gonna be funny. But I don't want to be that big. But in general, I'm trying to get in like Olympic shape, and now I had a little issue. Cast off? Yeah, I just took. I mean, I've had a removable cast. I'm going to see another hand specialist on Monday, and I'm trying to get a third opinion. But it's honestly, it's not really healed, and I have like muscle atrophy where I can't really move that much. But it's still. I don't know if y'all can see it really, but it don't really look that bad on camera. I just have a big ass bump right here. It was a avulsion fracture, so a tendon or something ripped my bone off. I don't know. Fuck, it sucks. Excuse my language. Someone said they're not going to put us in a gulag. What's coming is way worse than death itself. Well, I'm not going. Okay, hopefully I'm going to heaven. That's up for the Lord though. But I'm not going to this dark demon world that they're trying to send me. I'm getting too jacked for the gulag, and if they want to put me somewhere else, listen, I got other things to do. Get those legs jacked for the gulag. I'm walking all over the place. All right, I'm gonna try to get to sleep because I'm waking up early. You know, support Bryson DeChambeau tomorrow. Look out for Anomaly on the TV. And if he wins, I will be ecstatic. It's been so fun. I'm so glad he's in the top because he kind of fell behind a little bit, and now he's top 4. It's going to be an exciting round tomorrow. I'm going to be there at all 18 holes. I'm going to be dressed like a golfer. Maybe I'm going to be dressed like a degenerate. Maybe I'll have my Jesus shirt on. Maybe I won't. We'll figure it out. Someone said I'll email you the best hand specialist. I have 1,000 emails. If you want to give me a hand specialist, Instagram me. I found a guy today who was giving me advice and stuff too, but I'll figure it out. It's all good. Appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. And just a few things real quick. If you're not on my Telegram chat, it's t.me/dreamrarechat. And I give people a 5 to 15 minute heads up every time I go live on Facebook and YouTube. So that's a good thing to follow if you're not getting notifications or they're shadow banning or whatever. You can go to t.me/dreamrarechat or dreamrarechat on Telegram. Instagram is dreamrare. My email list is stayintouchwithme.com, which I barely use. The hats are God Bless hats. I have some tank tops, and I'm gonna have more merch soon. My merch guy's on it. I'm not on it. I'm the reason for the delay, not him. He's crushing it. I'm not gonna say lazy, but I'm busy. Someone said got a Google Pay balance I'm trying to get rid of. Here you go, bro. Christopher, thank you so much. I will take your Google and I will convert it into some sort of other currency. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. But those are the links. That's how you can watch. And I had a good time. Hopefully you did too. Root for Bryson tomorrow and have a wonderful Sunday. And I'll be back doing more videos and more breakdowns and stuff. I like the live streams though. It's a different vibe, but you know, different time for anything. More videos next week as well, and maybe one tomorrow. Who knows? Have a good one, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me.